What is brand approval and how do you apply for it on Amazon? Brand approval is the approval that you get from Amazon to add your brand name to your specific product. This is an easy solution to list your product on Amazon when your brand is new or you don't have a trademark yet, because typically you will need a trademark to list your branded products. In today's video, we are covering a step-by-step tutorial on what to do if you're stuck and if you get an error while listing your product, and how to correctly apply for a brand approval. Hey everyone, my name is Auren and welcome back to my channel. If you're interested in learning more about online businesses, mindset, and all things entrepreneurship, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. If you have a brand new Seller Central account with Amazon and you're listing your very first product, then you may get stuck while listing your product with your brand name. When you list a product and add your brand name, Amazon will not let you list the product as your brand name. You are a completely new brand to Amazon and they don't know that you own the brand. When you try to list your product, Amazon will give you the option to list it as generic. You can definitely go ahead with this option, but then your product falls under generic products and it's no longer a brand. When someone clicks on it, they will simply see it as a generic product and not your brand name. This honestly doesn't look very good for your brand's image, and they might end up going and buying from your competitors. If you own a brand and you still don't have a trademark for it yet, then brand approval is what I recommend and is the best way to get started on Amazon. When you get a brand approval, you will have your brand name attached to your listing, and it will also help avoid hijackers. Follow along for the tutorial so you can prove to Amazon that you own the brand and how you can easily get your brand approval. Let's go ahead and log into our Seller Central dashboard. All right, so we are in our listing page, product identity page. This is basically where you land after you add your product and put your category. I'm sure you're already in this page stuck, and so I'm not showing you those steps. But in case you want to learn how to add your product on Amazon, I have a full tutorial for that. The link for the tutorial is in the description box below. All right, so the first one is item name. And so you put your item name here along with a bunch of good keywords. Then we have the product type and recommended browse nodes. These are your categories. And this has already been added here from when you chose your category in the previous page. And then finally we have the brand name. So here we are going to add our brand name, and then we are also going to add our external product ID, which is the barcode. And then what you're going to want to do is click anywhere on the screen and then click next. When you click next, Amazon will show you this error box. It says brand name approval required. So here they're saying you have entered a brand name that has not been approved by Amazon. You need to apply for approval to list your products using this brand name. So now you have two options. You can apply for a brand approval and you can click on apply to sell, and then that will take you for the application process. Or you can just check this box under the brand name that says this product does not have a brand name, and then Amazon will make this generic. If you click this box, Amazon will automatically replace your brand name with generic, and you'll be able to proceed to the next page. And of course, the other option here is to get a brand approval, and that is what we are doing. So let's go ahead and click on apply to sell. So now we're in the application page for the approval. So here they're asking to submit a list of things. This is a brand approval application for the name of your brand. Brand names needs to be approved by Amazon before they can be used by sellers. And then here is the brand name policy. You can click here and check this out. Here they're also asking if you are a brand owner and if you have a registered or pending trademark. If in any case you have already applied for a trademark and it's pending, then you might be eligible for brand registry. So if that's the case, then you might want to click on brand registry and check that out. But we're going to move ahead with our application. So the first box is your brand website URL. Now this is optional, but this really can make this process faster. If you have a website for your brand already, even if it's not fully built yet, you've just taken the domain name, added a few pictures, maybe just your logo pictures, and you have launched a website, please do add that here. That will just make it much easier and much faster. Now, if you don't have a website yet, that's fine too, because this is optional, so you can skip this. But like I said, the website will help. So even if you have your domain name with you, then you can just set up a quick website and put that in here. So we're going to add the website. So the next one is select the types of products you want to sell. Now this is again the category, the same that you had selected in the previous page. So we are going to go ahead and select the exact same categories and subcategories. So once you have selected the right category, it will show under the summary of your selected products over here. And then here is where you have to submit your documents. So here they're saying include an image of your brand's logo without other products in the picture. So here they're saying they need a logo of your brand and they need just the logo without any products in it. So basically this needs to be your proper logo file. And you want to make sure that you label the image as your brand name. So for example, your brand name is Toy Shop. So you want to make sure that you rename that file, your logo file, as the same as your brand name, which would be then Toy Shop. It should be the same exact as your brand name. Then you want to make sure you add at least 2 images of your product and packaging. You want to make sure that these are super clear and real images of your products which are taken by you. If you get product images from your supplier, those will not work. You want to make sure that you are holding the product in your hand and clicking the picture and it's clearly visible, or you can even put it on a table and take a clear picture, but it needs to be a real photo and it cannot be photoshopped or edited in any way. Any kind of editing on the pictures or photoshopping will not be accepted. They will immediately know that we have played around with these images and it will not be approved. Here they're saying documents must meet the following requirements. The branding on your product or packaging must match your logo perfectly. Difference in capitalization is allowed, but your product logo must match exactly to your real logo. These pictures must be taken by you and the items handheld or placed on a table. Digitally altered or photoshopped images will result in your application being rejected. This is exactly what I just mentioned earlier. The branding of your product must be stamped, stitched, printed, or stuck on the logo and or packaging so that it is not easy to remove. So that means that you need to have a proper branding on your product or at least your packaging. And the last point is the branding is not infringing on another brand's trademark, which means that you want to make sure that this brand name is already not taken by someone else or registered and trademarked by someone else. So once we have everything ready, we are going to check all these boxes and then we are going to add our files from here. Now they have asked to submit at least 2 images, but I highly suggest to add at least 4 to 5 pictures. You want to make sure that you hold the product and click a picture from all sides. Turn it to the front side, turn it to the back side, on both the sides. If there is a top view, you can do that. If the product is inside of the packaging, you could take a bunch of pictures with the packaging and then you can take the product out and take the product pictures just by itself. Now to make your application look more clean and put together, I do suggest that you change the names of your files to whatever it is. So for example, you have your front side of the product, so you can write product image front side, then the back side for the back side, and so on. When you're preparing your product images, make sure that they are a maximum of 10 MB each. If the sizes of your images are more than 10 MB, then you'll get an error like this. Next, we have a box for comments. Now this one's optional. You can write something about your brand if you wish to, or you can skip this. Next, they're asking for your contact information. Now they already have your Seller Central and your details, but here they're asking to provide the best email to contact you for questions. So here you can even give your personal email address, that's totally fine. And the last one is optional. This is your contact number. So here they're asking you to provide the best number to call you for questions. And then basically once you fill all of this and you've checked everything that everything is correct, you can just go ahead and click on submit. Once you click on submit, it'll bring you to this page. This says selling application for catalog authorization. Thank you for submitting your application. The estimated decision date is and then they'll give you the date when you can expect it to get approved. Now your brand approval application has already been successfully submitted. You can also track your application if you click here on check status of your request. Once you click that, it'll bring you to this page, which is the view selling applications, and here you'll be able to see the status of your application. We are now back in our listing page. So this has already been saved as draft, but you can also go ahead and click save as draft. As you've already applied for a brand approval, if you try to go next, it will not let you, and it will just be saved as draft, and you'll not be able to go on to the next steps, which are the other tabs of description, product details, offer, and safety and compliance. So you can come here and save as drafts just to be sure, and then once it's approved, we can go to our catalog and then go to complete your drafts and finish our listing. Once you've submitted your application and the pictures to Amazon and they approve it, then you'll be able to use this brand in your listing under your brand name. With brand approval, you will not need a trademark, and you can absolutely use your brand name and get started. So that was brand approval. Good luck with your Amazon journey. If this video was helpful or added any value, please give us a big thumbs up. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you so much for watching.